Okay, so welcome back to the channel. I'm working on this little Pontiac again. The last we left off, I had these rear frame rails attached. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lower the body down and clear. I'm just going to temporary clearance for the rails where they're going to go, so that I can get the body down. And I'm going to work on body mount. So that's what I'm going to do. And then later I'll clearance the whole trunk and raise it so that I can get a fuel cell and stuff like that. So, but for now, I'm just gonna chop out a little section for the rails so I can get the body down low enough and start working on these body mounts. So, okay, so you can see, yeah, you can see I kind of along there. I just kind of roughly roughed out where the rail is gonna go. So I'll get this camera set up. I'll go ahead and, like I said, I'll go ahead and start chopping. All right, so I got the bit I got out there. I'll show you it here. And like I said, that's just to get it low enough now so that I can I'll lift the whole works. Probably yelling here. Anyways, yeah, I'll lift the whole works and I'll line the body back up with the frame, and I'll go ahead and start building these body mounts. Let's take a look here and see I'll show you what I got going on here. I just roughly cut the floor out there, just a section of it, just to keep it as intact as I can, as much structure as I can till it's time, till I have it good and braced up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this floor, this trunk floor, just raise it a bit to be above the rails. I went ahead and made a couple templates here, a couple of them guys. I have to mark them out on this plate. I do got some lined up there, so I'll go ahead and get these marked out on this plate. I need to make 6 of these little ones, 4 of these big ones. Go ahead and get zip cutting here, get these chopped out, and then I can turn them. I'll show you what I'm going to do to turn them into my body mounts. So let's get these babies chopped up here. All right, so I got these little brackets I made or thought of here. I got these babies cut out. I'll gather them up here and I'll show you what I'm going to try and do. A lot of the stuff that I do, or the way I do it with zip discs, just because I don't got a bunch of the special tooling and stuff, right? Like, so, I do have a little bender, but it doesn't bend this kind of heavier stuff and whatnot and stuff. So, but that's why I'm going to basically fabricate some body mounts by welding pieces together and stuff. I think it looks really cool anyways, but like I said, I do it kind of out of necessity, but because like I said, I like it, and just inherently it kind of, maybe that's why I think it looks cool anyways, because I have to do it. But I'll gather these all up, get them on the bench, and I'll show you how I'm going to kind of fab them up. So yeah, so you can see here I got all these pieces made. Yeah, so these are going to be kind of the center mounts, but I'll go ahead and get them all cleaned up so they look good, and then I'll start welding them together. Let me get my buffer out. I'll get these cleaned up, and I'll maybe tack them together, and then you guys can see what I'm looking at here. Okay, so you can see I went ahead and just buffed them all up. I got them all kind of cleaned up there, all of them. I do have these little dimple dies here, so on these triangles, I'm going to go ahead and I'll just set these out. We're going to go ahead and punch some holes in them, dimple a dime a bit. It'll stiff them up, make them look good, but then I also like how it looks. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'm going to go ahead and punch one through the center of these as well. This front one here is mostly for the look, but it adds some rigidity to it, makes it look tough. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Like I said, now I got them cleaned up. I'll go get them marked out and get ready to punch some holes in them. Okay, so I went ahead and I had my template marked with the holes that I wanted anyway. So I went ahead and transferred that with my punch here. Transferred that to these. What I'm going to do is I just transferred it to one. I'm going to go ahead and clamp these all together and drill the pilot hole all at once. They should all be even then, and then I can go ahead and drill my bigger holes for the dimple die. Okay, so I've been drilling holes like crazy. I'll show you what I got here. So I get my mounts all made up here. Drill these holes. I'm gonna dimple dial them babies. They'll look good. And I build in the top braces to go on, kind of like that, right? I'll weld them all together. You guys will see that it's looking good. I don't know. I think about things like how many holes I've drilled in my life, and it's got to be millions of holes. I don't know, but anyways, it's looking good though. I'm liking how they're turning out. I started building the measured up, built the mount for the back mount of the body there also. So that's what these ones are for. But like you said, I've been drilling holes. It's getting real dull. So I'm gonna go see if I can get a couple hole saws from town. So yeah, we'll jump in the old Chevy there, rip to town, see what we can find. Yeah, so we finally got some snow. It's actually gorgeous out. The cold went away. Now it's I think it's only -8 or something, so it's great. Been driving the wheels off this old girl. She's been doing good, plowing around in the snow. It's actually been kind of fun. So, but anyways, it's real nice. Real nice wintry day now. Kind of like it. I like the snow. What they need. This store almost always has what you need if you're willing to look. It's actually a great store for that reason. But they have stuff. It's awesome. So, but anyways, they had what we need. We're probably gonna go grab a little sandwich or something before we head home, and we'll get back to work on those cab mounts. Okay, so we got back, got them hole saws. Let me show you here. We got these. Yeah, so we got 2 of them. I needed one for the other plate. So got these hole saws. We'll go ahead and finish drilling these holes, so I can go ahead and get these dimpled back. Oh, the new hole saws work good. So yeah, I got these all. Show you here. I got these all done up. So basically, what's going on is this will be the top. These will be the sides. They'll all just weld together, all these pieces. And the body mounts look squished in between like that. Some will look like this. But, and then like I said, all these side pieces, before I weld it together, I'll get them all dimple dyed. Like I said, I don't have a press. I'll have to get one day, but I do have access to one. So I'll get them babies dimple dyed up. Yeah, so I just zip disc everything apart. I hole saw. Like I said, I mentioned I probably drilled 1 million holes in my life, but probably if you added up all the hole saws and drill bits and zip discs, I probably could have bought who knows? I probably could have bought a plasma cutter by now And I see these folks are all using what are these arc droids and stuff now, so it's kind of a portable little plasma table. It's pretty awesome. So maybe one day, but like I said, I've been getting by for years by doing this. Takes a little time. I'll just keep on trucking. I'll get these dimple dyed, get them. I'll show you how I'm going to weld them together. I'll show you how I'm going to do that, and we'll get them kind of on that frame, get that body mounted. Okay, so here we are again. I'll show you here. I got all these pieces. Yeah. So look at here. I got a big pile of parts now. So we're looking pretty good. Big pile of parts. I got to go ahead and I got them dimple dyed up there. I went and give them the squish with my dimple dyes. So I'll go ahead and rig these up. I'll go ahead and show you how I'm going to weld these together, and just spend a little time here welding. So all right, so I'm all rigged up here. I'm going to start with the front mounts, tack them together, see if I like how they look. We'll go from there. I can bend these around a little bit, whatever I got to do after, but just get a quick tack on them. Yeah, already I can see I got them too close. I'll probably break them. Probably gonna break them off here, but all right, so yeah, so you can kind of see there, that's how that one's going to be. The body mount will be in the top there. I'll weld it all up and put it in. So that's one. I like how that looks. I was just thinking maybe I'll let it cool just a little bit, and I'll put some mounts in, just set it in, see how I like it before I go ahead and tack the other one together. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do, just to confirm that I like how it is, and then I think I can go ahead and weld it right up, so, and make the other one. Okay, so I was putting this together to to test it. Like I said, I already noticed I mucked up. I went ahead, and you can see I went ahead and put the one dimple die sticking out. So I'll have to nip this corner off and redo it because it's wrong. So. Okay, there, I got it right that time. So I'll go ahead and, like I said, mock this up, see if I like it up in the car, and if I do, I'll go ahead and weld it up. So, okay, so I did. I stuck it up in the car. I like it. It'll be all right. So I'll set that one to the side, and then what I'm going to do is I'll tack up another one so I can kind of show you guys, so you can see what the other one will look like before I go ahead and start welding. I'm probably not gonna, film all the welding. I'll just, kind of boring, but lots of welding. So anyways, these ones I also did have, it does have a bit of a taper to match the, they go right here, a little bit of a taper to match the profile of the car. So I just have to make sure I do it the right way, which is this way. So that's good. This one will clamp on here for me, so that's good. Those little ones, they were a little harder to get the magnet to help you out, right? So they didn't really fit very good. So, but these ones fit good. So I'll get this tacked up, see how it looks. I don't know if you can see it, but what I'm doing here also is I'm putting it half on each piece, the edges, so that I get good penetration. And I mean, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to weld the inside as well. So they'll be like way strong. I'm not concerned at all. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and square that up. Make sure they're square with the plate. Not a big deal. The other thing I've found over time too is, I mean, this is important, so I'll check it and stuff, but a lot of times with a lot of things, I mean, with a frame and stuff and mounts and stuff you want, but what I find, if it looks good to the eye, 99% of the time it's good. And if it's not about, tracking and stuff, if it's about aesthetics, then it is good. So, but anyways, I'll double check this with a little square, make sure I got it square, and these ones I think I know are good. So, but I'll double check them with the mount as well. So, there. Okay, we're all squared up. This one's gonna be like this, and then this guy will go actually right here. And yeah, and I'm happy with it. So I'll go ahead and get the other ones all tacked up, and then weld these all together. So this back one, for this back mount here, this piece is going to have a little bend in it, and I have these shaped for that, right? So same thing, just a little different. So I'll get these squared up and tack them up. Okay, so I got them babies all welded up. Let me show you what I got going on here. So yeah, so there you can see them. I welded them all up, cleaned them up. These are what they'll look like with the body mounts in them. I'll go ahead and confirm that my body's straight. I'll confirm that, and I'll go ahead and can get them on there. One other thing I got to do, I'll show you here. The one body mount, you can see right there. So you can see this guy. So the problem with that guy is it's too short and it's kind of solid. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to cut him off and go straight through so I can get a bolt. That'll be the one body mount. So I'll go ahead and get that cleaned up, get it drilled so I can get a bolt through. And then I'm ready to get these mocked up and put up onto the frame there. So looking pretty good. And the front ones I liked how they were, so we'll be good. Okay, so I'm under this car. I have to drill, like I said, I have to drill these holes. I cut them out. So yeah, I just take my handy stand here and my drill. Get it. I did center punch it already. So it's ready to rock. But yeah, so then I just get my bar, put it underneath my drill, and then I don't have to really push that hard. I just use the bar as leverage, and it just works real awesome. I put a glove on because those things fall on you and burn you, right? So anyways, yeah, so this works pretty good. Okay. Well, that's not awesome. No, I don't know what's going on there. My bit bound up, but anyways, it drilled through, and then I'll have to try to get that out of there. Hopefully I don't break it. And then I'll get a bigger bit and punch that bolt out of there. So that's what I'll do. Well, I got her. I'll get this other side, then I'll probably go ahead and I'll just blow the dirt out of there, and then I can arrange to get a bolt right down through. So, okay, so I got the two mid mounts and the one front one just kind of sitting in there. I'll show you guys what it looks like. I'm happy with the back ones. The front, well, I'm happy with the front ones as well. The front of the body, I have to just tweak it a little bit. So I have to confirm that and make sure it's just right before I weld them down. So I'll show them to you here. So that's what they'll look like, right up there. And then this guy here, kind of what that one will look like up in there. So we'll get them babies lined up just perfect, and I'll weld them in there. And then at least the body, I'll have a reference. Then I can take the body on and off without having to realign it every single time. So anyways, it's going good. Just have to just confirm some things, and I'll get them tacked in there, and I'll show you later after I get them welded. All right, so you can see here I went ahead and lowered it down and welded my cab mounts on. I also marked them and made the hole for there. But you can see I got the front of the body cab mounts and the midsection ones on the car. And I have the other ones on the bench here. I showed you guys already. But I have these guys too made. And they'll go back here somewhere. But I have to decide exactly where once, because I do want to make sure that this back half is exactly square. I'm going to go ahead and put the car back on the frame again, and then I'm going to go, well, first I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop the floor out of the trunk like we discussed already, and then that way it'll be easier to, so then I'm going to set the car back on the mounts that I have, so it'll be easier now, just put it on, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I can go ahead and mark my diff where it needs to be. I'll grab the other fender, I'll put the fenders on quick, then I can, pick my distance, and I can line it up, and then I can lift the body off again, and then I'll know where the diff is going to be. So that's what I got to figure out. But with these mounts and stuff now, it'll be a lot easier. Just to, every time I separated it before, I had to remeasure, make sure everything was squared up, but now these mounts will help me it'll just plunk right into place. So yeah. So anyways, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pop this body back on, cut the trunk out, and line that diff up, and then I'll lift it off, and I can do a bunch more work. So anyways, making good progress, like how it's going. I think they look pretty good. I think they'll work just fine. They're plenty tough. And anyways, we'll keep on trucking. All right, so yeah, so that clears it right up for me to get in there and measure where the axle and stuff goes. Because like I said, I want to, because the frame, I have to make the floor a little higher anyway, so I'll put a new sheet in there later. I'll cut it up close to these fenders and do what I got to do. But for now, that just gives me lots of room. I'll lower this down, get it back on the frame, and then I can crawl in there and set my diff up and pick my spacing there. Okay, so yeah, you can see here, I got the car back on the frame. That's how the mounts will be. The front ones you can probably see, probably better from this side. You can see them up there. And I got the back two there. But anyways, now, like I said, I'll go put the fenders on. I got the floor cut out, put the fenders on, lower it right down, pick where my axle is going to be. Then I can mark it. And then when I kick the body to the curb here to do the work, I'll know where the axle can be. And I can start working on my suspension, getting the cross member and the links in. So, but yeah, anyways, that's what we'll do. I'll gotta go out to the shed and get that other fender. Okay, so I went ahead and got the body mounted back to the frame, like I discussed, just on the 4 mounts that I have. But and I got the fenders on, the wheels rolled under. Let's take a look here. Okay, so you can see there, I did have to get these other tires for temporarily. They're just old junker tires, but I had to get them. Now they look tough on there though. But I had to get them because they had a little more offset so I could get it down. But anyways, so you can see I got it centered. This car is like pretty near maxed right out bottom. But anyways, I got the fenders on. I'll show you the other side there. Got that fender on. Yeah, I can mark where my differential has to be for the forward back. I can mark the frame. And then once I get the body off, I can go ahead and start mocking it up, mock up my cross member and my links and everything like that. So, yeah, it's turning out good. Thinking maybe this guy should be on air or something. It looks tough. It looks tough slammed on the ground, I think. I think it looks real good. Take a look at the front here as well. Yeah, them old S10 wheels, but looking real good. Okay, so I went ahead and lifted the body off that. I marked the diff where it needs to be for the wheelbase. Got the axle all squared up in there and squared up this tail section. I got Barbie to help me. You can see I have my my handy little porta power in there. It was good. It was close. It had to tweak. It did have to tweak 3/16 of an inch to get it all squared up. So now I have my cross member here. It's not welded in. I think I'm gonna. It's getting late. I'm gonna pack it in for the night. But tomorrow I think I'll come out, confirm it's still square, and then I'm gonna burn this in, and then I'll show you. I'm gonna go ahead and cut some nice little. I'll cut some nice little angle brake brackets, and I'll get them put in here too, and that'll just another little helper to help square it up. Just some plate put in here. So, but yeah, like I said, tomorrow, and I'll get that all burnt in, and there will be another little just a little cross member in the back, just for mounting the gas tank and maybe some bumper stuff, whatever it needs to be. But just another little one to finish off the tail end there. And then I can put my other cab mounts in. And I got to put these 4 links in, and then it's getting real close to being kind of the chassis done, right? I'll start working on my 4 links to get this axle. It's located now, but get it permanently located and rolling. So, but anyways, that's it for tonight. So, see you tomorrow. Okay, so welcome back out here, grinding on this old car here. I'll show you what I'm up to. Like we discussed, the last thing we did was get that cross member in the back. Yeah, so got that cross member in. You can see, got it all good and lined up, all in there. And then what I'm doing now is I just want to make some gussets for the corner of that cross member, and you can see I got them traced out here. Kind of, you can see there. What I did was I just went with like a 6-inch each side, and then I used this old hubcap to get my contour, and I'll just feather it out. But anyways, I'll go ahead and get these cut out, and we'll start welding that all together, and then I can work on the 4 links. Okay, there they are. So yeah, so those, I'll show you where these go. Of course, I drilled some holes in them, so you know, for speed, right? This thing can be faster. But anyway, so there's my cross member. I did double check it. It's all square. Like I said, I believe it was when we measured, I think it was 3/16 of an inch. But anyways, these are going to go in the corners here, just to give that cross member a little more rigidity, just to stiffen it up just a little bit more. But anyway, so I'll go ahead and get these tacked in, and and we're looking good. I'm happy how it's turning out. But I'll get them tacked in, and once I'm happy with everything, I'll go ahead and weld her all up. There you can see got it all tacked in. It's looking good. I'll just go ahead and double check my measurements, and then go ahead and burn that in. All right, so I went ahead and got this brackets, or sorry, this cross member and my little gussets welded in here. Yeah, so you can see there, happy how they're turning out. I do have to weld the underneath of the gusset yet. I was going to do that later, one other time when I got it up in the air, I'll weld underneath there. But anyways, that's welded in. Chassis is starting to look good. Now I can also, I'll show you here. I can also lower the body down now at some point too. And now that I know I got my thing located well, see but I'll be able to put this other body mount. It's gonna go, I'm not 100% based off the body, but it'll go somewhere here. I got some tubing and stuff and my bushings and stuff. But yeah, anyways, I'll tidy up a little and get my stuff ready to start making them. I think the links will be next. Okay, so you can see I just kind of tidied up. Gonna work on these 4 links now. So anyways, what I got going on here is I got these bushings and stuff. I got them from TMR. Pretty good, pretty handy place actually. They it's like free shipping and stuff, right? So I got this chunk of 1 3/4 DOM. It's 120 wall, but so what I got to do is I got to cut it to lengths here, so you can see because I got to make little bushings there. So 1 3/4. I got to cut it into 1 3/4 chunks, and then my pieces will plug in, turn into the that I can weld my 4 links to. So I'll go ahead. I got to make what I got to make. I got to make 8 pieces at 1 3/4. I'll go ahead and do that, and then I can then those will be ready. Then I can get some link material and start mocking up my 4 links. So I got the pieces cut here, a bunch of them to act as the link ends. But I'll show you. So I've been cleaning them up. I'll just show you quick what I do here. Yeah, so I'll show you. I just take a little strip of sandpaper and I just buff it up. It takes a second to set it up, but in the end, it's quicker and cleaner than trying to with a grinder or something. But okay, so I got this. Well, I had to run to town. I had to get a couple bolts. I didn't have 9/16 bolts, so I got some bolts. I got these set here on the axle. You can see these ones here. You can see where they are. So it gave me an idea where my length of the rod is going to be. I'm going to use some of this 1.5 DOM for the links, but the rod ends are 1 3/4. So I'm going to use 1 3/4 hole saw just to notch it. My notcher here, and then I can start welding, making some links. We'll go ahead and start getting these notched out. So there, and then this guy will obviously just notch right to the end of it. So, yeah, should be okay. I think I determined, so I determined I want my rods to be, well, 2 of them, the top 2 are going to be 20 inches from the edge, so to the short side. So I'll go ahead and mark this pipe, cut it to 20 inches, and I'll get another chunk and make another one. I do want to mark this so that I get the notches parallel, so I don't have one like this. Just want them straight. So, but yeah, I'll mark that up. Should be good. Okay, so what I did here is when it was in the jig, I straight lined it. So now I have a mark here and a mark there. So know where it's at. But I'll go ahead and mark my length as well. Like I said, 20 inches. Okay, so there, yeah, so there I got my 20-inch long link. Have to make one more, and then I can mock these up, and then I can go ahead and make for the bottom too. Okay, so I've been busy out here putting these rear links in. I got going on it. I welded them up and stuff, and I got them kind of half in there. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll show you what I'm up to here. I do have to do the bottom ones yet. So, but it's getting late. I'm probably gonna go in and probably get some supper or something. But and then I'm not sure if I'll come back. But either way, I'll get these put in. If not tonight, I'll put them in tomorrow. So I'll like I said, I'll show you what I got going on here. All right. So you can see I got the links, the two top links. Oh yeah, that light's okay. So I had to get it, yeah. So I got them on the diff, and I just tacked them. Once I'm ready, I'll pull them. I'll pull the diff out. But I got the links made. I got them welded up there, and I got it on the diff. I did have to. I used tabs that I had bought from TMR, but these two inside tabs on this side as well. I couldn't get anything. I couldn't make anything to work for those ones, so I had to make those tabs. But these tabs, and now, yeah, anyways, and now I got to work on putting these bottom links in, and then this differential will be located. And like I said, I'll pull the diff out and clean up that axle a little better, with a die grinder and stuff, just to make sure I get a good weld on that. But it's looking good. I'll get them bottom links in, and we'll be ripping. Okay, so I'm back at it. Out here this morning in the garage again. Yeah, just trying to get this 4-link in so I can have this thing rolling chassis and get her cleaned up and move on to something else. So yeah, I went ahead and tacked on the lower links mounts to the frame. I got my lower link bars made here. Just waiting for them to cool down. I got them welded up, and I got the brackets here for to go on the axle. So once these babies cool down, I can get my the bushings and stuff in there, and I'll get that baby smashed together, and we'll get it in there. I got the links in. It's looking pretty good. So theoretically now, I do have to take the diff out. I do have to weld it up a bit and stuff. I just got them tacked in. Probably going to hold off just a little bit to make sure everything's like I want it with the body and everything. So, but yeah, let's take a look. I got these links in here. You can see the bottom links there. I got them triangulated out just a little bit, kind of almost like a double triangulation. So happy how it's looking. I think it's gonna be real tough, and I think it's gonna work well. All right, so I think that's all I can do for today on this car. I do got some other stuff I gotta get started on here. So, but yeah, anyways, that's it for now. It's gonna be a rolling chassis. I'll probably show a little clip of it just rolling. I'll leave you with that. I'm happy how it's turning out. Excited now that can get the body on the car, and probably start putting an engine, trans. I can also put in my other mounts here. But anyways, really happy how it's looking. Well, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.